Welcome to the Mindset Connection podcast, and thank you for joining us for our 43rd episode. And we can't believe we've been doing this many times, but we're back again with another wonderful guest doing amazing things in the field of mental health and wellness. If you are new to us, we are your hosts, Jennifer Clearwaters and Cindy O'Connell. And today we are very happy that we are welcoming Marcel Dinkins to our podcast from Peloton Studios. And this is a reschedule. We were supposed to do this later on, but it didn't work out. We had some car trouble, but here we are. So I'm going to just jump in and tell you a little bit about Marcel in case you don't know who she is. Marcel is a former D1 athlete, which we're going to talk about, an Army Reserve Engineer officer, a podcast host, a motivational speaker, and a treadmill and outdoor running and walking coach for Peloton Studios. So after the loss of her brother, which she's going to share with us, Marcel found solace in the gym and embarked on a mission to empower others through fitness. Marcel brings infectious energy to her classes, authenticity, incredible music, lots of fun and games, especially if you are running long distances. You will be having questions in your head going like, I didn't think about that. And before you know it, it's over. So we're so glad that you're here with us today. Thank you for being here, Marcel.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Thank
Absolutely. You. So, Jen and Marcel and I have been sitting here chatting, and I feel like I've known Marcel for, at least a couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
So warm personality and just authentic.
So genuine.
Absolutely. So anyway, tell us your story. You're a competitive athlete. It's something that people dream about, but very few achieve it. And D1 athletes, they say just 1% of college athletes actually make it. So that's, a rare accomplishment, and congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. I wasn't supposed to be a D1 athlete. I always loved sports. I grew up as a very shy kid, very outgoing within my family, but to the external world, extremely shy, like painfully shy. And so when I was in the 6th grade, I had this teacher who just saw me and was like, "You're tall, come play basketball." That was exactly what she said to me. She was like, "You're tall, come and play basketball." And I was so nervous. I went home shaking, like taking the paper home to my dad. And my mom signed it and was like, "Let the girl play basketball." And so I started playing basketball, and it just opened me up. And I got into other sports, and I made friends. I was like so painfully shy. I had like maybe 2 friends to speak of. But after that, I made friends. And so when I went to college, I was for the first time free to kind of like do my own thing. And my parents were super strict, Southern church going. I was on the front row of the church every single Sunday and Wednesday and Thursday if my mom felt like going on Thursday. And so my freshman year, I scored a 0.127 GPA because I went to no classes, and I just went out, and I was just trying to have fun and party and explore and do all these things. And so that was like a gut check because I was a first generation college student, and I had this great opportunity and I was about to blow it. I looked at people around me, and one of my friends at the time, she was doing Army ROTC. And so I thought, you know what? Well, since I have lost whatever money I did have for school, maybe I can join the Army and like be able to pay for school myself and kind of salvage the situation. And so I did. I joined the National Guard and went through basic training, and then joined the ROTC program. And once I was in that environment, I excelled. I was like the student platoon guard. I was like the top female, the top student in all these spaces. And what I realized was that on my, own at that point was like, I just lack discipline. Like, I just really have to get after it. Like, I need environments like this. I need teams. I need structure. That was what kept me in line in high school. And so I decided once I got back, I was just going to walk onto the cross country team.
Wow.
So I walked into the cross country team, and after a couple years, I ended up earning a scholarship and also ran track and field, ended up beating one of the girls that like came to the school on scholarship. And so it was that moment of understanding that I have to get my act together or else I'm going to miss out on this huge opportunity. And so I did, and ended up graduating with honors and being an athlete and all these great things.
Your parents can't be mad at you anymore.
Yeah, leathering in both my sports. Like they were so impressed, but also super unimpressed. Like they were like, you should have did it in the first place. You've had this potential the whole time. So impressed, but also like, get it together.
So clearly you are a person that knows, ooh, I have to pivot.
Yeah.
I can't do this, so
Yes.
I have to try this.
Yeah.
So, one of the questions we always ask at the end is, how do you view failure? I think you just explained it.
Yeah, right?
So
It's
articulately.
it's necessary.
Yeah.
I started saying this in my classes because one of the things I think sometimes people don't realize is that there's an immense amount of pressure being live on camera every time you speak.
Yeah.
Every time you speak,
Yeah.
you're doing these classes, you're working out. Sometimes like you're hideous. It's so vulnerable. So I started saying this in my class, like everyone deserves the opportunity to suck at something. Like you deserve the opportunity to not know what you're doing, to do it poorly, and to learn a lesson from it and to get to the other side of that problem. Like if we
Beautiful.
didn't have that, then we would all be paralyzed from the fear of trying. So in my opinion, I believe that it's a necessary ingredient to whatever I'm going to do next.
Yeah, and I think that people need to hear that.
They
That are,
do.
they're looking at you as, she's
Yeah.
the epitome of health and fitness, and look at her. And then
And it
you're
was
talking
always so
about
easy.
failure,
Yeah.
and that it's
Yeah.
okay to.
Mhm.
So
There is
that's
that
wonderful.
impression when probably people see you
Mhm.
and know that, oh, she's an athlete. That it was all very easy. It was just kind of handed to you, had this athletic talent, and now here
Mhm.
you are on stage. But
Yeah.
it's really interesting that you had enough perspective as a young person
Mhm.
in their 18, 19, 20 years old to actually say, I need this.
Yeah.
Like I need the discipline, I need the structure, I need a community. And then to, people can say that, but you could have easily said, well, I will just drop out of college and maybe go get a job and find it there. And then you said,
Yeah.
I'm going to go to basic training.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well,
I could do that.
honestly, I felt like, well, for me, it was going back was not an option. I
Right.
was the first, so
It was
for me,
pressure
that
on
was,
you.
yeah, that
Mhm.
was, and I'd always been a good student, like always, like that was
So
who
that was
I
probably a
was in the,
shock.
that was
in
the
the
easy
house,
part.
right? That was the
Yeah.
easy
A
part.
shock. And then you go
So
to college and
here
you're
I
not.
am, and I'm
Mhm.
like, and it's just, it wasn't for me not being good enough to do it. It was just me not trying. So for me,
And there's a
that was,
difference.
that was a huge difference. And I decided like, let me actually give it a college try, right?
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
give it a try. And then I realized like, I was doing so many things. Like I was doing like, I had like 27 credit hours. I was working a job. I was an athlete. I was in ROTC in the leadership, like was in clubs. And I realized, no, you're more than capable.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah,
though
it
for
is.
you to
Oh,
say, like, I can
absolutely.
do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
do it. Because
yeah.
like I think people when they try something and it doesn't go their way, they become paralyzed
Mhm,
Yeah.
with that
mhm.
fear that like, oh, I guess I do suck at this
Yeah.
and I really can't
And
do
that
it.
goes back to that whole internal feeling that I am good enough.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
always going back to
Yeah.
that. I don't want to miss this because this is a perfect opportunity to talk about your cross country coach.
Yeah.
So just tell us
Yeah.
what she
I
said.
listened to this on the podcast. and I
Yes.
thought it was so good.
So in my classes, I say we take the hill. And one of the reasons why I started saying that is that I had this amazing coach. Her name is Coach Cassandra Goodson. She coached college cross country up until like a couple years ago. Every team that she's ever coached has always been exceptional. And so I went to try out and I walked into the team and I had this like tryout on the trail. I ran with her a couple miles. It was horrible. Like it was honestly, I'm a runner at this point in my life. I know how bad it was. And to be, trying to qualify for Division 1, it was really bad. But she was like, you know what? This girl
We
came
can work
out.
with you.
We can work with you. You
Yeah.
have heart, like you're slow, but maybe, who knows? Anyway, she used to take us out on this like horse trail out in Alabama. And we were in Mississippi. And so you take us all the way out to Alabama, and it was like the only place where we had proper hills to run on. And at this particular workout, I think I've been on the team for maybe like 2 or 3 months at this point in time. And so, you get a little complacent.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're running up this trail, we're running the hills, and I just remember being like, oh, like this again. Like, oh my God, like I don't, it's like just really like moaning and griping about it. and she like came over to me, and she's the kindest person you will ever meet. And with a straight face, she just looked at me and said, "Well, quit."
You're like, excuse me? Are you talking to
And
me?
it was just like this moment of like, "Well, quit. Like, you don't
Yeah,
have
you don't
to
have
be
to
here.
be here.
You don't have to do this. Quit." And it was this moment of reckoning. I had to reckon with myself. Like that whole like it's not a mantra, but it's that saying. It's like, it's not your aptitude, it's your attitude. Or your attitude determines your aptitude.
Mhm.
And so it was that moment of just like, I remember just thinking, I'm not gonna
Close your
quit.
mouth.
Like, yeah, I'm not gonna quit. Like, I'll show, like, I had this chip on my shoulder of like, I'll show
Mhm.
you in general anyway. Still do. But I was like, I'm not gonna quit. And then I did that workout, but I remember that day deciding this is gonna become my favorite workout. Like, anytime we do hills, I'm gonna kill this. I'm going to crush this. Like, this is gonna be the thing that I do the best.
Wow.
And
Yep.
so
Wow.
I
That's
got to
amazing.
interview her like a few years ago. It was so emotional for me.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful
it
that
was
you got
really
to
great.
talk to her.
Yeah, I
Did she
got to talk
remember
to her.
saying that to you?
No, of course not. Of course not.
Because she said it so many times.
No,
she
she
probably.
literally said, she's like, maybe I was in the mood that day.
She's such a
and she has
kind
a very
person.
deep voice, and she just smiled and laughed, and I'm like, well, that changed my life. So,
But that's what
maybe,
it is, these pivotal moments from people.
Yes.
And you can think about those influential people in your life that
Mhm.
and we always talk about, sometimes you don't know
Yeah.
the impact that you make on someone.
Mhm.
And she just said that and moved on, and
Yeah.
that changed your
It
life.
changed she decided to check me, and she was just a person that never checked us. Like, she was really kind. She would,
Mhm.
she had this book. It was called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. It's all small stuff. And
Yeah.
she would read a page of that every single day. She was mindful coaching before
Mhm.
mindful coaching was a thing.
Love it.
So she would sit
Yeah.
there, she would read this book to us before practice and like set our intention for practice. She would take us
Wow.
to yoga classes. We were doing ice baths and massages. We were doing all of these things before this was ever a real thing. And so for her to like check me and give me this also like the sweet and sour, and she never gave us the sour, it was really beneficial for me. So I knew that I feel like if it had come from anyone else, it wouldn't have landed the way it landed. But because she always led with like the carrot when she gave me the stick, it mattered. So
Love it.
yeah.
Well, and it did. It changed your
Yeah,
life.
it changed my
Yeah,
life.
it's a
Yeah.
great
And she
story.
does make people run a lot of hills.
I do. I did a hike last night. It was amazing.
Yeah. I was going to ask you about ROTC and how it's affected your life, but you kind of answered that already, and like
Yeah.
how the discipline and the structure just really gave
Yeah.
you.
All of these things kind of add to the way that I view the world now. And what you were saying, it's all these people that kind of say the thing that you need to hear and when you
Mhm.
need to hear it. When I joined the ROTC program, I knew that I was going to be going to basic training like after that first semester, and I joined just to kind of get my bearings and have an understanding of what I was going to be getting into. And I was way over my head. We had this they're called FTX, like field events, field training exercises. And so you go, you sleep outside.
Yeah.
You have your rucksack, you have all your stuff packed, and it's cold. It's cold. We're in Mississippi, but it was cold.
Mhm.
In the winter time and stuff. And I was just so unprepared. I'm from Memphis. I was from the city. Like, I really had never done any of these things before. And I was so overwhelmed. And that was a moment where I definitely thought, like, I can't do this. Like,
Mhm.
I'm going to quit. Like, I can't do this. I'm looking at everyone else around me. They're sleeping. Like, they're fine. And I'm sitting over here in my little tent area and I'm crying. Like, I'm bawling. I'm miserable. And this sergeant, I'll never forget this. His name is Sergeant Harrington. I ended up giving him my first salute when I became an officer. He came over to me and he was just like, and he took out the like pocket warmers. I had never seen a pocket warmer in my life. And he took out a pocket warmer and he gave me the pocket warmer. He was just like, they got the tricks too.
Yeah,
It's
you're gonna
just,
be
you
okay.
have to learn,
Yeah.
you just have to learn the
Mhm.
tricks. And he gave me the pocket warmers and he was like, go to bed.
Yep.
And I just didn't even know that like, like
it's a game.
again, like
I can
again,
do
here it
this.
is again. Like, I just have to learn. Like,
Yeah.
I just have to there's nothing that's out of your reach if you're willing to like put in the effort and the attention to do
Well,
it.
and change your
And
mindset.
change your mindset. Yeah. So
And
it
do a
was
little
really great.
research.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had no idea. I just
Nah,
thought that
you
they
just
were
showed up.
tougher. I just thought they were tougher than me. And he was just like, there's tricks to this too.
Tricks.
And he gave me the pocket warmers and like told me to go to bed. And I woke up the next day. I was just like, okay, like
My
now
hands
I
are
feel like I
warm.
have to warm. And so then I started asking him more questions, you know, and it was
Yep.
like, hey, how do I pack this? And then he started teaching me how to pack my stuff. And next thing you know, like it was my job to then check everyone's pack to make sure that their packs were
Look at
packed
that.
right.
Right.
So it was just, you know, you go from, and that was in the span of, it was like a 6-month period, you know?
Mhm.
So you're just like, I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, really? Wow.
Mhm.
Oh, I can learn this? Great. Oh, now I can go teach this to someone else.
Yep. Well, you're also willing to learn. Like you
Yeah.
open your mind a little
Right.
bit, and like you put your ego away and
Yeah.
said, "Okay, I'm
Yeah. that's
going
great-
with a
yeah. I would
beginner's
say that-
mindset."
Yeah.
I would say like that's probably like my favorite quality about myself. Yeah.
I love
And
that.
I think the military does. My son's in the
Yeah.
military. I think that the military does that. They want to make everybody on a level. Everybody's
Mhm.
on the same plane.
Yep.
Yes.
So you know, and really, we all are on
Yeah.
the same plane,
We are.
aren't we?
Yeah.
yes,
We all
are.
like, we have the same hours. We have the,
Yeah.
we have it. We just choose to use it differently.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly. So, how did you find Peloton, or did Peloton find you?
Well, I did find Peloton, but Peloton ultimately found me. So
Everyone has had a different experience.
yes.
so
so
we
far.
love
honestly,
hearing
Yes,
it.
we
I
love
like
hearing it.
like I remember back when Peloton first like started, I do remember submitting like a headshot or something like that, but I didn't really know about fitness. This was when I was still like, you know, going on acting gigs and all this stuff. So I didn't really know anything. So that came and went like long time before. So then once Peloton became on my radar, I was a personal trainer. I had my own thing outside. I was training all of my clients, and then I was leading some classes, my own signature classes out of Athleta flagship store in Flatiron.
Oh.
And then I decided like I was leaving the gym that I was at full time, and I just wanted to go out and into the world on my own. I felt like what I was doing at that time, being a personal trainer, I remember it so vividly. I was standing in place. I had all my clients, and that particular day, I got there. It was like 5:00 in the morning. It was pitch black dark. The sun came out. It snowed. It rained. It rained. And the snow was gone. The sun came out, and then it was dark, and I was still standing in the same place. And I was like, I have to go. I have to go. Like, I like to influence people with my person. You know, like I want to be able to like spread joy and like give somebody something. And so I decided like, okay, I have to go. And so I decided like, hey, looking out into the world, what is it that I want? My initial goal when I moved to New York was like, I was acting, I was modeling, but I didn't see the value in that for me in that way. I'm like, I want to do something that impacts someone. I really do still like fitness. Like, how can I combine these things? And I started looking out in the world and was trying to see what looked like that. And I felt like Peloton looked like that. And so I went on this journey of figuring out how to get to Peloton. So how do I get them to see? Yes. And so I started looking up. Some of the instructors had been at Flywheel, so I became a Flywheel instructor. I knew I needed like on camera practice, so I was already doing acting and stuff like that. So I took some more acting classes, and then I started doing this. There was this company called Daily Burn, and I started doing background work for them on camera to kind of get an understanding of how I look on camera, how I move on camera. And I would get up, and sometimes it'd be like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and you're not paid, but you go and you do the background work and all this stuff.
But you already have the discipline
But
to
you
do
have
it.
it. Yeah, you have but also I'm like, I'm getting exposure. I'm
Yes.
gonna have
Yes.
something that someone
Right.
else doesn't have.
Absolutely.
And I need to learn.
And I get to learn. And then I was like, you know what I really need, like in New York City, being able to have this opportunity to be a founder or founding instructor somewhere. So I started out at this rowing studio, and I became a founding instructor at this rowing studio. I was like, these things make noise in the city. So
Mhm.
I'm like, let me just do all these things. And hopefully, like in the next couple years,
someone
maybe
might.
something will come of this. That was my idea. That was my thought. I put it on my vision board, And I was like, that's it. Like, I'm just going to work toward it. I didn't think.
You were really like, that's, most people want it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to take one class and then they're going to hire me and put me out on screen.
Yeah.
And,
And if they don't,
and if they
boy,
don't,
I'm
oh
so
my
sad.
God. But you were like, okay, you were willing to plant the seeds
Yeah, I
and
just
go,
started,
I'm going to
like, yeah,
wait.
how do
I'm
we
going to
get
have that
there?
patience and that grace
Well,
to
it wasn't
wait it out.
patience. It was literally me like go like I
Right,
in my
but, like,
mind I was like,
Yeah,
but
like
it
it's
was
going to
also-
happen, but you weren't saying it's going to happen
it's like
tomorrow.
gonna happen tomorrow.
It was
no.
also
Yeah, I
the
love
research
that.
that
Yeah.
you did. The
Yeah.
research.
You knew
How
what
do
you were
these
missing.
people
Yeah,
get-
exactly.
How do I get
Yeah.
from
How do I
A
get to here
Yeah,
to here?
yeah. Instead
That's-
of like,
so-
I'm entitled to be there.
Yes.
Like you earned your way in.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that was it. I was just like, I'm gonna be in these places, and like if I'm in these places, perhaps there's a chance that they would, they'll spot me.
Yep.
And so that's what I did. So I did that, and then like COVID happened.
Mm.
And when COVID happened, like I really thought, oh, it's going to be a few more years.
Mhm.
That's what
It's
I really
closed
thought. I was
down.
like, everything is closed down. So I was just thinking at this point in time, how do I keep myself afloat? How do I like maybe learn something, invest in myself? So I think during COVID with no new clients, I spent about $5,000 on like a business coach, and she taught me SEO.
What is SEO?
Yeah.
Search engine optimization. And so I didn't know that Instagram used SEO.
Mm.
Like
Mhm.
I knew that it did it for blogs and all this stuff, but I didn't know that Instagram used SEO. So I started like fixing my Instagram so
social
that
media,
it was easily searchable. So if you looked up a trainer in New York, like I was one of the top
Mm.
people that came up. I started putting out more content on a regular basis. And then I streamed all of my workouts live on Instagram. And so people were telling me like, that's really stupid. Like you need to put it behind a paywall. And I'm like, there's not enough people paying.
Nobody's
right?
paying.
Like,
It's COVID.
Yeah, it's COVID. Like it's
shut
free.
down.
And I'm like, what I want is to just be able to reach as many
It's
people as I
exposure.
can.
Yes,
So
exposure.
yeah, so some days, like, honestly, I would be so embarrassed because everyone at that point made you feel embarrassed because there's like, oh, it's only one person there now and it's embarrassing. And I'm like, I wasn't embarrassed about it until you said something. But
that's what everyone was doing.
Yeah,
but
but
there's nobody
yeah.
around.
Yeah, but I felt that. Like but I'm gonna be honest, like I felt all of that. And some days I would cry, like, oh my God, like, oh, people are looking at me like, oh, no one's on your live, whatever. But anyway, I kept doing it.
Good
and
for
what
you.
ended up happening was a Peloton scout slid in my DMs and was like, hey, have you ever heard of Peloton? And
you're like,
I was like,
"Ah, well, here we
well,
go.
you know. And I thought it was false, actually. And
That's what
Alex
Alex
said
said
the
this
same
yeah, I
morning.
thought it's so weird.
He was like,
the
"It's
way
not."
they do it is so random. It's so random.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
And they're just like, have you heard of? I'm like, of course I've heard of this.
No.
Why didn't you like reach out to me on LinkedIn? You have a LinkedIn.
Where have you been for 5 years?
Anyway, yeah. So I looked up the talent scout on LinkedIn. He was a real person. He worked for Peloton. And so then at that point in time, we were just getting ready to come out of COVID. And so I had just auditioned for another on camera brand, and I got the training gig. And so I was really about to take that gig,
Mhm.
and they reached out to me the week that I got that gig. And then I was like, well, I've never seen a Peloton instructor that was present on another streaming platform.
Right.
So I was like, if I do this,
You probably aren't
maybe
gonna be on
I'm
there.
not going to do this. But I'm like, I have this job.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
have this job. I don't know. And then I just said, well, if you can get that one,
You can get another one.
you can
right?
get another one. Right. So I was just like, and this is what you
Wow.
want.
Good for
so
you.
if this
Good
is
for
what
you.
you
that
want,
was
that
was a tough.
yeah, it was
decision.
really it
COVID
was
and
really
everything.
tough.
You
yeah.
might have been
So,
thinking like,
yeah,
I might not get
I
another
might,
job.
yeah. So I just said, you know what? If I can get this one,
You knew it
like
was right.
I can get this one,
Mhm.
right? And so I thought about it for like a week. I just told them, I'm like, I'm sorry, like I've decided to do something else. And so yeah, and then it took about 3 months to get an answer from Peloton.
You were like, oh no.
It took about 3 months, but then
Did
I
you
got
have
an
to go
answer.
there and audition?
Yeah, so
Within the
we
3
did,
months?
yeah.
Oh.
So we did. We sent in videos, and then I reshot that video. Like, I think I reshot it like maybe 5 times. So, and it was really funny when I shot the running one. I did the whole audition, and the camera wasn't recording. And I booked this. I had
Oh, it's
to.
the
You had to book
worst, yeah.
spaces in order to do these auditions because it was COVID. So I booked someone's like boutique studio to do it, and I had to be out before their clients came. And so I did the whole recording myself. It's just me and my like tripod, and I realized it's not recording. So I have 15 minutes to do this audition, and so I'm just literally on my audition tape, and I was like, I just pressed start, and I think that was helpful though, because I pressed start and I was just like, well, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So here we go again, and I just left it in there, and I was just like, whatever, it is what it is now. It was those moments that really for me allow my personality to kind of shine, because it's like I really do feel like you're gonna mess up all the time, babe. Like run with it. And so
but it's a good thing, because people can see that you're genuine. You're not like fake for a camera. You make mistakes too.
I was like, I make mistakes all the time, and I feel like it's okay. Like, because if you don't let them go, like you're paralyzed. Like how can you go live again if you like, if you
dwell
are
on
stuck
it.
and
you're dwelling on it
on that moment. So
it makes sense.
So what do you love about your job? Although you can kind of tell what you love about it.
I mean, honestly, I have always been a person that's like, I want to, if I could work out and if I could get paid to work out. So I do really get paid to work out, which is really awesome. But more than that, I think I love the fact that like I get to infect and influence people on living like a good life for themselves, and also to find the joy in it, because it is difficult sometimes. And I just remember when I used to work out with my mom, and so it's so funny as an adult, I just realized this like the other day, actually. I just remember when I started working out in college, and I would go home and I used to try to like tell my mom how fun this is, like I can make this fun for you. And like that was my whole goal. It's like I just want to make this fun for her, and like if I could do this. And that's what I kind of took into fitness. And I was in a walking class the other day, and I realized my mom had fun working out all the time. And it just didn't look like what I thought it was. So we would go to the park when I was a kid, and I always thought they would go walking and talking because they had to because we were at the park.
Yeah.
Right. We were at the park playing. So obviously they're just going to go walk and talk.
Yeah.
Not realizing that they were going for their walk and their talk, and they were doing their thing. And we got to play because they were out there for their walk,
right.
Yeah. I just realized this as an adult a couple of weeks ago. Okay. Like as an adult,
it finally clicked
a couple weeks, it clicked to me. I was teaching a walk, and it clicked to me. I was in this walk like,
oh, Mom.
Like you had a routine this entire time that you had fun doing. And I'm like, wow, like here I am trying to like get you to discover something, and you've discovered this the entire time. And now I'm trying to like impact and like that with other people, that it can be so fun, that and your body and your health is like the one thing that you can really control, like to a certain degree. So just find the joy in it. Someone told me the other day, I'm like, I have my new program, the Progressive Method, out, and it's a 60-minute progression run. And she said, I was laughing, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I love that, like, but you're laughing during the progression run, like, I'm doing what I want to do, like, and that's awesome.
And it is true, because like I still remember there was one time like Marcel will put out like these questions, especially like a really long run. I'm training for a marathon, so it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and she's like, so would you rather like wear a itchy wool sweater every day or run in a size sneaker that's too small?
Yeah.
And like I remember running going, which would be worse?
You don't know. Yeah, and it's good.
That's an odd question.
And it's just like you just get to enjoy.
It was just fun. Yeah, it was
fun. You get to enjoy movement. So.
How do you deal with all the pressure of being in the spotlight, though? That's another thing. You are live on camera in front of all these people all the time.
It depends. Like some days are easier than other days, but I really do live and breathe. Sometimes it's not going to be great. I attach to that, and I reel that in every single time. I'm like, I spiral. I'm just like, you're not going to be perfect. And I also keep old photos of Beyonce from the very beginning.
Okay, because she looked very different, right?
And not just Beyonce, different. But other people as well, where it's just like you don't show up like this Beyonce, like on day 20 or even day 300. Like it takes years in order to master what it is that you're doing. So don't expect masterpiece work when you've only been at this for a couple years. So I really do keep people's photos on my phone, and I just kind of remind myself, like, it's not always going to be perfect. And I think that does really ground me. To a huge degree.
It makes sense. That's a really good way to look at things, because it is a high pressure job. Even though like you are out there like entertaining and training, it's still a lot.
It's a lot. The being on the camera is like not as tough as like I am surrounded by like super achievers. And so I think sometimes that probably is like for an achiever herself, that probably is more pressure
all
than
the other
than,
instructors.
Yeah,
and
you're
all
just
the-
like, we're all super
they've
achievers.
all
and
done so many
everyone's doing
wonderful
so many
things.
wonderful
Yeah.
things.
Right.
And you feel like this need or this necessity to do something similar or do something right away. And I always say, in God's timing, you know, remind myself, like, like, are you doing this to do this, or are you doing this because you really have something to say? So I think at the beginning, I really felt the need and the necessity to just do. And now I have settled in myself as an adult, and I'm just like, you know, I feel like I'm an adult instructor now, because you know, you come in as like, you're a little naive, you feel like you have to like just try to join the rat race right away. And it's just like, no, as an adult, I'm like, no, do I have something meaningful to add to this conversation at this point in time? If I don't, like, life isn't going to pass me by. Like, you're going to be fine.
You've kind of found yourself, because
Yes.
all of us are different,
Yeah.
and everybody has a unique
Yes.
gift that they can give. So you kind of found your
Yes.
way.
Mhm.
So what's a takeaway you'd want our audience to know? Or
I go back to the very beginning that it's okay to suck at something, get out there and do it fast, do it wrong, so that you can learn how to do it right. And also the moment we're in right now, I've been talking about this, like, because I was talking about New York City right now, and I was talking about the World Cup, and like, there are just so many examples right now in the world where you see people be triumphant because they just continue to try. So be bold enough to just go out there and try. You see Cap Verde, like, this guy is he's a 40-year-old goalie. He's a bus driver in the daytime, electrician in the night, and then he's at the World Cup. You know, the kids are saying now, it's like, if he wanted to, he would. I said this in class the other day. I was like, well, also, if you wanted to, you would. Like, there is really no excuse anymore. Like, I was at Cannes, and the lingo was like, it's a creator's economy. You get to go out there and create whatever it is you want in the world. Like, you get to create it. And you can say, oh, this person has this or this person has that or whatever, but they're creating. And they have the audacity to believe that they can create whatever it is that they want to see in the world. And you have to have thick enough skin to just kind of feel all of the discomfort of it. But if you want it, just go out there and make it happen. There's no expiration date on it. There's no age limit on it. You just got to go out there and just create it for yourself.
It's the truth,
Beautiful
right?
words.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because people do think they're
Absolutely.
limited by,
Yeah.
I'm too old, or I don't
Yeah.
have this, and I don't have enough money. I don't
Yeah.
think, like, whatever it is.
Yeah. Look at you. You decided,
Yeah.
I need to, at the worst possible time, I
Yeah.
need to spend $5,000
I did.
on a business coach.
I did not know where it was coming from.
Yeah.
And I just was like, you know what?
I need this.
Yeah.
I think I need this. I think, like, I have this downtime. I think that this, and it did. And I was like, I think that this is going to be helpful for me. And if the only thing that it delivered was being able to make me more findable, like, the ROI on that was so extreme that it was so worth it. So
Yeah.
you just have to be willing to, you know, I think a lot is just how we're conditioned now. If it's not something that we're working on for work, if it's not something we're working on for family, we don't have this space where we feel like we're allowed to spend the time on it. We feel like it's a waste of time, or, you know,
You should be doing
and we
something
should
else.
be doing something else. And it's like, the thing that you should be doing most is the thing that, like, sets your heart on fire and that, like, makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you should be doing the most of. And even if you can't do it all the time, like, make sure you carve out 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. Like, you deserve that, because this is the only time that you get. And I'm telling you right now, the summer of 2026 is so electric. There's so many people doing the Nixon 5. Like, don't let it go. Like, don't let it go to waste. Like, jump on that. Yeah, jump on it and be like, I'm gonna steal some of this energy for me. I'm gonna rub it all over myself and like go do the thing that I want to do.
I love that.
I love it. I love it. So where do you get your strength from? Like, what are your sources of strength?
My best friend is like, I don't even know what to call her. She is like beyond a sister. She's beyond like a mother. Like, just having people that really know you, can hold you accountable, that can check you, but then also like love on you when you are like a meanie to yourself. She is like a godsend. I met her doing cross country
at college.
Yeah, I didn't like her at all when I first met her, but she is such a great person to me. But then also, I will say this, and I'm so happy to say this, and I want to look in which camera do I look in?
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead.
Me, I love myself. Like,
I am my best friend.
Love myself. Like, I wasn't that person for the longest time in my life, but I will cut you off in a heartbeat. I will say no in a heartbeat. I won't go. I won't attend. If I feel like it does not sit well with me, or if I'm not going to be treated my absolute best in a space, I will leave. And here's
our boundary, girl.
But it took so long. It took so
hard
long.
to do.
It was always trying to contort myself to be loved and to be liked, or to, it's a woman thing. I'm super tall. I'm really athletic. Like, I've always tried to like, I'm going to be small, or I'm going to be kind, or people are going to automatically think that I'm intimidating. So I'm going to speak with my voice a bit higher, or all of these stupid, idiotic things. I'm going to pretend like I'm from Chicago. Like, I've done all of these dumb things. Why? I don't know. Right. But like, because I just wanted.
Well, because you didn't believe in yourself then.
And now I am to a place in my life where I'm just like, dude, like, it's fine. Like, you're good. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
And I say this to myself often. And I say these things in class. You're always doing better than you think. Like, it's difficult, but you're worth it. I say these things because these are things that I've had to learn to say to myself.
So I have to ask you this. How did this happen?
Right. How did you get
because,
there?
Like,
everyone here is going, how'd she get there?
How did she do that?
Honestly, like, when I lost my mom, I always wanted to please my mother. Like, when they say who did you date? Did you date your father? No, I dated my mom over and over again. Like, every guy that I ever dated was my mom. I wanted to win her love in a way that I just couldn't describe it. Just so happened to have like an anxiety attack the year before she passed away. And it was prompted by like this person that kind of came and went by, but it happened. Yeah. And so I had this opportunity to hash out my relationship with my mother in therapy the year before she passed away. And I did not know that was what was happening, but I was able to just like hash out all these things. And then she passed away. And in the room at that moment, I raised up my hands, and I don't care if you're religious or not religious. I will call myself spiritual, but I rose up my hands in that moment. And I said, God, I need you to take this, because I will break. And I just
let it go.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
I really did. And in that moment, I asked myself, I was finally able to ask myself, what do I want? Like, I didn't have the pressure of,
what did my mom want?
Yep. Or how can I have this relationship? How can I make this relationship work? But what I will say is that I went through therapy. I hashed out that relationship. And then I also just started to ask myself genuinely, what do I want? And when I asked myself that, and then I started actually acting on that, I stopped like letting people tell me, and I told them no. And guess what? I survived.
Yeah. And they did too.
They did too. And I stopped putting I stopped being a martyr for certain things. And then I say this in class as well. It's like, stop taking everyone's burdens, because you never allow them a chance to grow when you take things away from them.
That's
right.
So I would feel this obligation to kind of jump in and like
Yeah.
take everything away from someone, and like never allowing them to like actually gain any muscle
Right.
of
And
like
process.
perseverance on their own. And so when I lost her, it made me really for the first time ask, what do I want? And I think that because I surrendered to, I'm not going to get this right again. This isn't going to be perfect, but like I'm willing to try to start like loving myself. And then I just started trying, and now, yeah.
And once
I'm
you
like,
did that, look at
yeah.
all what's come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
space
it's been
for
really
it.
good.
And sometimes we have to release.
Yeah.
Release what
Yeah.
doesn't serve you.
Yeah.
Release what doesn't
Exactly.
serve you, and
Yeah.
take
Right.
on. And
Yeah.
now you're so much more
You've made
open.
space
Yeah.
for more.
So
Yeah.
as soon as you
new things
walked
to
in the
come in.
room, I was like, wow, she's so open.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you probably
Your
felt
energy
it
came
too, like
in
the
too. You're
energy.
like,
Yeah.
"Ah!"
We asked these questions, final questions.
Uh-huh.
What do you think are your 3 most important strengths? Just spout them out. Don't
You have
even
more
think
than-
about them, because we know you have more. We have
An
more than
ability to
3.
learn, ability to be kind, but also an ability to be strict when I need to be.
I love
Love it.
that.
So, is there something? These are some questions you'll see when you look at
read our book.
So, is there something in your life you want to change?
Just yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. So, what's holding you back?
Action.
Okay. So, what's one small step that you can take? What's the action that you can take to move
To
forward?
move you forward a little bit.
Just committing to it, I guess. Like just saying like I'm fully in it. I think being half in and half out is not a thing for me. So
Yeah.
just having that opportunity in the space to feel like, okay, I'm gonna give it everything I got. And once I commit, it's gonna be done. But yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay.
it's happening right now.
You're going to get back
Say,
to us.
I commit.
Yes, I
Yeah,
commit.
you'll
I
get back
commit.
to us and be
I
like,
have to
okay,
say
I
the
did
words.
it.
Say the words. Say the words.
No,
All right.
it's so important.
Yeah.
It's so important. And we didn't even get a chance to talk about your podcast, but are
Yeah.
you still making episodes? For your podcast?
We are still making episodes, but we're just trying to redo how everything looks. And so once we rebrand fully, then we're gonna be back out with new episodes. But yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Thank
Good luck with that.
Yes.
you.
So we are heading up to our very last minute. And so if people have not heard of you or have not heard of Peloton,
Yeah.
because sometimes you'll be surprised, where
People
can
have-
people
yeah.
find you?
You can find me on Instagram at official Marcel Fit. You can also find me on LinkedIn for everybody that's on LinkedIn at Marcel Dinkins. And then you can also find me on Peloton at www.onepeloton.com. And you can jump in and take some of my classes. If you are in New York City, you can come take some of the classes at Peloton Studios. We are in the Hudson Yards location. So
Wonderful.
by.
And it is a beautiful place to
It
take a
is really
class. It's really
beautiful.
fun. So thank you so much for being
Oh
on
my
our
gosh.
show. We will be
Great
back again
episode.
with another episode. I know, wonderful. Words of wisdom today. And Cindy always has our final words of wisdom.
Yeah. So remember to pause, breathe, and then respond instead of reacting. If everybody did that, life would be a whole lot
So
different.
much better.
And remember to do hard things.
yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
so
Thank
much.
you.
I appreciate
Wonderful.
it. Thank you.
Thank you.